Welcome to the Kansas City Elder Care Channel, brought to you by Parman and Easterday, premier business, estate planning, and elder law attorneys. Today's topic, how to help your parents when they don't want your help. Presented by Andrea Levitt and Dana Lambert, geriatric care managers serving all of Greater Kansas City and owners of Life Transition Resources.
My name is Dana Lambert. This is Andrea Levitt, and we are co-owners of Life Transition Resources. We get lots of questions from clients who are in difficult situations on how to manage issues with mom and dad or mom or dad. One of the questions that we commonly get is, my parents need help, but they don't want to accept any help. What do we do? And so we're going to talk about that for just a minute. When you have a parent who is experiencing some physical decline and you're watching the signs and feeling helpless, it's really hard to know what to do. When you make suggestions for help and the parent resists, saying, no, we're fine, it's all okay, butt out, there are varying degrees of responses you can hear. One of the things that I recommend is to start compiling a list of evidence of why a parent needs help. What kind of help do they need? Is the house, our house maintenance projects being left undone? Has there been a fall? Is there a dent in the car, an unexplained scrape down the side of the car? You start to see these signs. Compile your evidence. And then compile your support team. Siblings, a neighbor, trusted physician, whoever you would envision as being supportive and being accepted by your parent. And have a family meeting and lay out the evidence. This is what I see. This is why we think you need some help. I understand you've been resistant to this every other time. In the past, when I've recommended that we hire a lawn service or you give up the car, and you've been resistant, and we're concerned about your safety. You being safe, you being well cared for, and having the best quality of life is the most important thing for us. And these are the things that we see that are not that indicate that you're not thriving in this current environment. And we want to be part of the solution to help you get all your needs met in your environment and be as happy as you can be. And then have some suggestions at the ready. If the issue is driving, to yank a person's car away and leave them no options, for them to see nothing for the future, is devastating. So you've got to have a resource. If that's the phone number for the taxi and instructions on how to call the taxi, offer to take the first few trips with them, talk about how much money they'll save giving up the car, selling it, not paying insurance. That money can be directed into their taxi fund. If it's lawn care or house maintenance, have some handymen. Offer to be the person who will supervise the work. If it's showering assistance, they're not bathing regularly, there are shower aides who can be engaged a couple of times a week. Have those resources available. If all of this is overwhelming to you, then there are resources you can call the Area Agency on Aging. Andrea and I, as geriatric care managers, this is our practice. We know area resources and can guide and direct families to find the services that they need to help their parents thrive when they're experiencing physical limitations.
Hi, I'm Andrea Levitt, and this is Dana Lambert, and we're co-owners of Life Transition Resources. One of the common questions that we hear from our clients and families who call us is that their parent, their mom or their dad, needs some assistance but is unwilling to accept it, and perhaps unwilling to accept that they have any impairment. Dana previously spoke about the situations in which the loved one has physical disabilities. I would like to address the matter where the aging person has physically are in pretty good shape, but it's cognition that is impaired. And maybe they have a dementia diagnosis, and they are not making good decisions, and there's a whole lot of questions about whether or not they are safe in their own home. Maybe the neighbors are seeing that things aren't as well cared for as they once were, or maybe routines aren't being followed like they used to be followed, or they're repeating themselves. Same can be for friends. Friends are reporting to you that they're noticing changes in appearance, and some confusion, some memory issues. Those are all signs where it is important to create a safe environment for your parent, all the while preserving their dignity, their independence, as well as the relationship that you have with them. And walking down this tricky path can take a lot of finesse. It can take an entire team of folks to help make sure all of those three important areas stay intact. It would be primarily important to get the support of your mother's or father's physician, as well as engage an elder law attorney to make sure that important legal papers are in place for authority in the event that you need to make decisions on behalf of your loved one, and any other legal matters. Wrap your arms around the financial situation. Get acquainted with the bank and where all the accounts might be, and try to be a co-signer on their account. It is just really important that there is just a kind of an invisible team that is wrapped around your loved one, friends and neighbors and professionals. It could be law enforcement. You give them a heads up, maybe to make sure that if they're found, maybe you have one of those identifying bracelets, so that if they're not sure where they are and they don't have their purse, then you can still be contacted. So there are also things in the home that you can do to make it safe. There are a variety of ways to start introducing people who can befriend your loved one and create a trusting environment. It's a gradual process. It takes a lot of patience, and sometimes we have the luxury of having that time in order to build relationships and trust from companions, or maybe home care providers, or a nurse or a social worker who comes and establishes a relationship. And eventually, when perhaps a crisis arises or there is a significant decline, then you've already have established a plan as to what's going to happen next. And somebody who is an experienced professional, like a geriatric care manager, could certainly help you walk through all of these steps and help transition your loved one as best as we can.